Hi everyone, I'm Carla Mauro, the Minister of the Swiss Church in London. Yes, the Swiss do have their very own church, not just anywhere in London, but in the very heart, in Covent Garden since 1855. It is a beautiful church building that has recently been renovated by the renowned architects Christ and Gantenbein, Swiss architects, and people who walk through the doors are amazed by the feature of old and new and the light that comes through the glass ceiling. We have made a name in London's art scene with Swiss and international artists exhibiting in our church. And we pride ourselves for being the only church in central London to have a regular arts programme. We also reach out to the local homeless community and we organise Swiss family events such as the very popular Samichlaus celebration in December. And of course, we meet on Sundays for worship. People from different church traditions and religious traditions or none come together on Sunday in our church. I arrived in the UK 10 years ago and I came here for love. My British husband is a record producer and he also works with many Swiss musicians. And we have a little son together, he's 3 years old, and of course a dual national, as am I, by the way. In my heart, I will always be a St. Gallen girl. That's where I was born and bred, and I just love my little hometown, medieval hometown of St. Gallen. I'm probably most Swiss when it comes to political discussions. I think it's important to be able to have a good controversial debate with your friends around political topics, and British can be a bit reluctant to do that. I'm also quite Swiss when it comes to health and safety because I'm used to judge the risk for myself rather than someone telling me what to do and what not to do. In terms of the Swiss traditions I kept, I like to organise a Rebellichtli-Umzug, a turkey parade for my son and his friends, to have friends over for fondue, or to celebrate the Samichlaus on 6th of December. And of course, I speak Swiss German with my child. That's very important to me. From Switzerland, I bring back Offischocki, Sprüngli Praline, and every now and then the Schweizer Illustrierte. And what I miss most about Switzerland are definitely the mountains and the lakes and rivers to swim in. But I'm also very British. I love the friendliness of people here. At first I thought it's all a bit fake, but now I just think, life is so much nicer if you create that environment of friendliness, you give each other a smile and you're polite with each other. So I very much embrace that for myself. I also take things much less for granted since I moved here. When I lived in Switzerland, I felt very much entitled to certain things and I thought my privileges were my rights. And I'm more down to earth now, I guess a bit more British. I live in North London, Crouch End, and the must-do for me here is a walk through Queen's Wood and along Parkland Walk. Beautiful parks and woods around here. Or also a visit to Alexandra Palace with beautiful views over London, and you can catch a lot of sun there on a sunny day. And my recommendations for Switzerland, well, that's of course St. Gallen. It's totally underestimated and most Swiss have never been there, but once they've been there, they can see why that they really missed out on something. Like a little walk over the 3 ponds and with view over the Bodensee, that's a very nice thing to do. If you are more adventurous, you can go into Appenzell, which is a bit of a fairy tale land, much as Jura, which I also very much like. But I think the one recommendation for Switzerland is St. Gallen.